Hopefully my Wi-Fi will cooperate. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday night team call. It is October 3rd, and as always, I am grateful to be with you guys on this really special uh, end of month. I always love to celebrate the end of the month. And I'll tell you, you guys saw my post. Yesterday was definitely a tough day for so many of us. And it's still tough. And I didn't turn on the news at all today, which helped my day be much, much better. But it's hard, and these hard things keep coming at us, and that's what can be really challenging in life. And especially when we're in a business where, we're paid to spread hope and joy and, being positive. And some days it's really hard to do that. So I thought instead of just like sugarcoating it yesterday, I would just totally be honest with you guys that like half my qualifiers day was just like mush because I was with my neighbor's kids, like anxiously waiting for them to come home. So it really inspired tonight's call. And it really just got me thinking. And then today I just had all these really awesome things come at me to kind of put together a really quick, but hopefully, inspiring call that will inspire you guys and whoever else watches to really think about your legacy. And when we have a tragedy that happens, it always gives us pause to really think about our lives and to think about what's important to us and what matters. And, everyone's talking about so many things today. And, it just really makes me think about, what am I here for? What is important in my life, and what is my legacy going to be? And so I looked up the word legacy, and it means anything that is handed down to you. And, what are we going to hand down to others? And I actually saw a quote about 10 minutes before this call, and it says, you can't control the legacy you've received, but you can control the one you leave. And, I just loved that because, yesterday was such a reminder that our lives are fragile and we have no idea when our last days are, and that what we do during this time matters, and it's what counts. And I heard in my Bible study today, the speaker said, you can't waste the tragedies. So it's true. We can't let yesterday happen and do nothing. So, some of the questions that I really encourage you guys to think about this week that I hope you all take time to think about on a regular basis. And this is why going to conference is so important, because it really gives us that vision to think about how much bigger our lives can be. And the questions that I wrote down today are, what do you want to be remembered for? What do you want people to say about you? And I know I feel really confident that if my last days were now, that people would talk about me, that I was someone that deeply cared about helping families get healthy, and that I really wanted people to live a healthier lifestyle, and that, as crazy as I sounded a lot of the times, I made an impact on people's lives. And I hope they say that, because that's what I wake up every day with the intention to do. And I know that a lot of people today are really talking about all the good that we can be doing, and there's so much that we can be doing, and there's so much that so many people do, whether they get paid for it or not. Hopefully they do. So I just thought I would remind you guys of all the good that we're doing in our Juice Plus world, and the good that our company is doing in the world. Number one, we give free Juice Plus to kids. Whenever I give my talks, I always say this is what I'm most proud of. And it's what I'm most proud of with Juice Plus, that we have and always will give Juice Plus free to kids when their parents get on it. It's just amazing to me. We this year have matched all the donations to the hurricane relief as a company. I don't think all companies do that. We give free tower gardens to boys and girls clubs all over the country. We give 10,000 free meals to the Volunteers of America. We sponsor the St. Jude Marathon every single year and donate thousands of dollars to that incredible hospital that never charges people a dime to care for those kids. We bring moms home to raise their own kids if they wish to through this marketing plan. We share hope. And that's what we do every single day, is we share hope with people. So again, I ask you guys the question, what will your legacy be? And I know not all of you guys that are watching this video or that are on our team, this is not your number one passion or calling. Maybe there are other things, and I think that's so awesome. This doesn't have to be number one, but for a lot of us it is. And even if it's not, the impact that you're making is a legacy. It is a legacy. When you touch people's lives in the way that we do, when you change the DNA of unborn children the way that Juice Plus does, you're leaving a legacy. And we have the ability to leave, a good legacy, a great legacy, or an unbelievable legacy. And when I think about people who are really living a legacy in our company, I think of people like Wendy Campbell. I mean, how can you not? She's impacted. I mean, probably I don't think saying million is an exaggeration of this at this point. She's impacted millions of people, both directly and indirectly. I think of people like Catherine Lee, whose passion and purpose now is to help these women who have been victims of human trafficking. And it's all because of her Juice Plus business that will be her legacy. Your legacy doesn't necessarily need to be tied to Juice Plus, but Juice Plus can be the vehicle that fuels your legacy. I think of Kurt Beavers and his ministry and his books and his outreach to impact people for God. And that's really his legacy, even though his Juice Plus franchise is a legacy in and of itself. And there's so many others, right? I mean, there's so many others all around the world. And that's also why we love you guys to come to conference, because we want you to hear their stories and see the impact that all these people are making, because you can make it too. So I don't really have much more than that. I'll read you guys that quote again in case you didn't write it before, because I just couldn't believe the timing that it just came. You can't control the legacy that you received, but you can control the one you leave. So with that, this was the shortest call in record history. Does anybody have anything that they want to say? I don't need to do all the talking tonight. And I know that if some of you guys are watching this and you're new, this isn't like a training call tonight. The first Tuesday of every month is our Team Trailblazer only call. I do different things every month, but tonight this was just really on my heart. And I just like talking about legacy.
Lisa, I love that. I love just the recap of all the things that our company does that is really unique. I mean, I didn't see any other companies matching 100% the hurricane relief. And so I'm so impressed. And when you list them all together like that, it's a huge impact. Aside from getting everybody healthy, a huge impact on our world that J. Martin and our company has given back. Totally. So thank you for reminding us.
Totally. Does anybody else want to share anything before we say goodnight?
Is it related?
Wow, that was the shortest call ever. Go ahead, Donna.
This isn't necessarily related to our legacy, but I do love this, and I have some notes for me to go think about. But I did want to say welcome to Leona, because she did just hop on. She has herself blocked. We can't see her, but she can hear us, and she in one day.
Woo! Hi, Leona.
Welcome.
Yep.
And anyone gets to start creating their legacy any day. You don't have to be, 30 years old to start working on it. That's what's really cool about this. You can change your life. You can change your legacy. You can change the legacy of your kids and your family. You don't have to be, fresh out of college to start on this path.
Lisa, how are your friends? They were okay.
They're traumatized, but they're okay. Yeah, they're grateful to be alive. It's going to take some processing. It was pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they in the thick of it then, Lise?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, and Kimberly Franzen's having a really hard time too, because one of her friends, a married couple, the lady has passed away and the husband's in critical condition still.
Yeah.
She's having a really hard time.
Yeah. The stories just keep coming. It's just really unbelievable. I know. It's senseless.
Well, I just want to add for another thing for all of us to be so grateful for our Juice Plus business. I helped a friend that I met through a friend who's a stage 4 cancer fighter right now. She's doing LuLaRoe. So I hosted a get together here for her Sunday at our house. And at the end, it was just her and my 2 best friends from high school and talking, and they were asking her lots of questions. And it turns out, and I'd read a couple articles recently about women doing this that were selling their whole business and it was putting them in debt and stuff, but I had no idea. And I was just talking to Lexi, my 14-year-old, about it. She and her husband, and they don't have money, have invested $10,000 to start a business.
To start what?
LuLaRoe. Yep, to buy the clothes, to get the racks, to get, like the supplies, $10,000. And we were driving home and I said to Lexi, I said, do you know how much it cost me to start my Juice Plus business? She goes, yeah, $50. I'm like, right. $50 is what and she's like, Dad would never let me do that. I'm like, well, and the amount of time, I mean, it's just what we have is so amazing. It truly is amazing.
Yeah.
Our investment, our potential for income, our potential to change lives.
Yeah.
And she's sending all the Juice Plus information. She was going to email her oncologist today and send her all the information in hopes that she can start taking Juice Plus too.
Yeah, she needs to. I mean,
yeah,
she absolutely needs to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just for us to be so grateful for what we have and what the company gives us to do what we do.
Yeah.
Not only that, those LuLaRoe people work so hard. They're always gone. They have to lug all. It's like I look at that and I go, that's incredible, because I would never in a million years want to do that. But we do. We are very fortunate.
Yeah. Well, with that, you guys, this is the shortest call ever.
Hey, Lisa, on a totally separate note, you said that you, like, if we've turned our spreadsheets into, like, Caprice, you'll get it, right?
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. And the same, do you have who's if we've paid for the dinner, like, do you know of any, or do we just show the little thing when we get there, or you'll have a list?
Yeah. I'll do the spreadsheet like I always do.
Okay.
I think you read it. Yeah. I'll get all the details sorted out.
And is that the only, last time, this is only my second time, so I don't have much to,
Yeah, there's much less this.
So is that the only paid dinner that we're going to? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Going out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll be paying for all of our food, but I just wondered if that was the only.
Yes.
So.
The only reservation you need.
Exactly. Thank you, Donna.
I thought I saw a blurb somewhere about a heat team dinner. So there's no heat team dinner?
No. That's just for their smaller group, Marie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm so grateful for all of you, and I'm so grateful for the legacy that our team is leaving. And I cannot wait to be together as a team in a couple of weeks. It's going to be really, really awesome. I think the company's up to some amazing things right now. And between the Omegas coming out and some of the new things and just the evolution of the shred and the, total success that program is really lending to the growth of our company. I just, you guys know I say this a lot, but I just truly believe there's never been a better time to be a part of the Juice Plus company. And I'm you guys, as we, it's really a history making conference whenever they launch a product that's new like this, especially one like the Omegas that's consumable. And we're going to be at this history making conference. So it's really going to be cool. So thank you for tuning in. Think about your legacy and know that I love and appreciate all of you guys. And see you soon in Indy.
Good night.
Woo! Can't wait to see all of you.
Thanks,
Sorry I was
Lisa.
late to